Hey everybody, it's Pete. Good morning. Welcome to a new episode of today's Best Stock Picks. It is Wednesday, February 3rd, 2021. The stock market continues to roar back after last week's FOMC debacle, for lack of a better way of putting it. And I'm not commenting on the FOMC as much as the debacle of the selling. The selling seemed pretty hard last week. Very impressive job by the indices and some stocks to catch a bid again, hold that bid, and start to bounce back up. If you find these videos helpful, please do me a favor, click down and give us a thumbs up. If you have any comments about the video, let me know. Any of the stocks that we talk about, obviously all for educational purposes, but definitely click down in the comments and let me know what you think. We can have a conversation back and forth. And if you really find it valuable, click down and subscribe. That would be awesome. So obviously we're going to head up with two financial stocks to buy now, stuff that I'm going to be looking at today. Pulled back after earnings, found a little bit of a bid yesterday. They went what we call well bid, and they closed strong, so we like them. But I think the story of the day is Amazon, Jeff Bezos, earnings, Jeff Bezos stepping down, a lot to digest there. But we want to take a look at it from the perspective of what are the right levels to be watching this stock at, and ultimately, how do we manage risk and see some upside? The stock really hasn't moved since July of 2020. It's just kind of bopping around. Maybe this news was in the works for a while, and they just announced it yesterday after really, really good earnings. We'll see. We'll let the price action tell us. We'll let the tape tell us. We're also going to talk about two pot stocks that are really strong right now, traded super good yesterday. And when I mean super good, if you watch the video that we did today on an introduction to technical analysis, really good, clean energy candlesticks that followed through and closed strong. So we're going to be looking to build positions, because in the community, in the boot camp, we already started those positions. Now it's a question of where do we spot a new trade in the direction of those ideas. So let's head over to the charts. We'll take a look at the news with Jeff Bezos, and then we'll take a look at those stocks that we just discussed. So obviously he stepped down, new CEO coming in, Andy Jassy. Look, bottom line is obviously Amazon is an incredible company. He's the heart and soul of this company. Prior to his divorce, maybe still now, world's richest man. But it's not, he built such a company that it's not going to fall apart. This is actually good news. Somebody else with fresh energy is coming in, and earnings were good. So I think it was a really good time for him to do it. But again, we're here to talk about trades. We're here to talk about ideas. What do we do from here? Essentially, this is the level that I've been watching for a long time. You can see he's been getting above 33.50. Pulling back, having a hard time getting above there and staying there, failed there, failed there, failed there. And now heading into earnings, there really wasn't anything that tipped its hand heading into earnings. As long as it's above 33.50, that's the level I'm going to start looking to build a position. If it dips back below there again, starts going sideways, again, I'm not getting involved in the noise. I want to know when the deep pockets, the smart money are doing something obvious and what we call holding the bid. It's holding the bid right now above that level. As long as it's there, I'm going to continue. Two financial stocks to buy right now that I'm looking at are Goldman Sachs, which again had a really good solid run up from November into earnings, some profit taking into earnings, and it looks like we bottomed out here. And yesterday was a really good clean energy candlestick, looking for some follow through there and a retest at a minimum of the 310. Sticking along those lines, JP Morgan as well. Morgan Stanley probably was the strongest stock. If we go out a little bit further on the monthly chart, you can see it actually was taking out multiple year highs, but now it's kind of pausing here at the 2007 level, the pre-financial crisis. But that's actually not the worst thing in the world. That's the place that sellers did something significant, pausing at that level. Now we want to see if the buyers step up, hold that bid, and start to push it through again. Two other stocks on the list. Again, earlier trades in the community. If you want the exact entries, exits, and profit targets, definitely click down and learn about being in the boot camp. You get the entries, you get the stop loss, you get the target, you get the trade management. So you'll be involved in these closer to the optimal entry. Now we're looking for these stocks to pause and then look for the next trade. So if you're not in it already, we're not looking to start a new position yet. We want to see pause and then look for it. So CGC and TLRY. TLRY was actually a little bit stronger yesterday. Really good, clean punch to the upside. So you can see we're further out from the optimal entry. That's where you want to have that risk reward ratio make sense. Maybe wait for this to pause another day or two before you get involved. But here's the thing, keep it on your watch list. That's the most important thing. Other stocks that are on my radar today, HZNP, really good, clean breakout. But now here's the thing, you can clearly see that this stock was stuck. The stock was stuck for months. Again, going back to August, where the market peaked out in August. What we want to see now is follow up from yesterday's bullish gap. We want to see well bid. We want to see it close strong. And then the next day, which in this case would be Thursday, is entry time. PRTS, this was popular in the boot camp yesterday as well. Good day trade. You can see here clearly 16, maybe 1550 was the area that we've been stalking. Finally got through there, failed, got through there again, and perfectly held the bid there. So we're looking to start a new position much, much closer to the optimal entry here as well. FUV, another one that showed really good, clean first day at the optimal entry, looking for a new trade there as well. Plug is one that I want to make sure that is on everybody's radar. It exploded on good news. We traded it, and now this is the right price. Until a new catalyst steps up, we're staying away from it. But again, here's the key. It needs to be on your radar. It needs to be something you set alerts for. It needs to be something that you come back to during the day and don't miss it. So what we call in the community, work the keyboard, work the keyboard. Two big stocks that are obviously in the news and finding some buyers. PENN punching through to new all-time highs this morning, and DraftKings, again, very similar areas, right? DraftKings finally got through 55. The bullish gap held, looking for some follow through today, looking for that to be well bid. Upwork, actually one that we've been involved with as well. And again, you can see a push and a pause, a push and a pause, slow grinding move to the upside. You might want to use moving averages on this or higher time frames to manage that position. And then we also have Snap. Snap actually was in a trading range for a while there too. 54 was the level that we're watching. So today, yesterday we got the proof, again, proof coming out of the consolidation. You'll hear me say it a lot. Once a stock finally gets out of the right price, very similar to Amazon's doing right now, we want to see it stay there. We want a day's worth of feedback, maybe 2 days worth of feedback, where the stock goes well bid, closes near the highs, and does so on good volume. And earnings today after the close, we have Qualcomm and we have PayPal. So 2 more stocks to keep on the list today. So a lot to digest. It's been an interesting week of trading, a little bit challenging for some newer traders. You really need to narrow that list down a little bit. Coming into the week, the list was pretty big because a lot of stocks last week pulled back. So a lot of the weekly charts are kind of ugly from the selling from last week. But my gosh, we came back pretty strong so far this week. Now, here's the thing. Do we, after the nice couple of days of pushing to the upside, do we now go sideways, pausing to launch into new all-time highs? Or if we have heavier volume over the next couple of days and a pause, that likely means we're going to roll over again. So keep an eye on that volume, especially on the daily chart. Some good opportunities in PENN, DKNG that we're going to be looking at today, and some follow-up on CGC and TLRY. If you have any questions, definitely leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. If you find them helpful, absolutely click the subscribe. You'll get updates as well. And if you want to trade with me in real time, click down and learn about that too. Have a great day, everybody.